years old when he came to me. He'd said he was coming back one day to take me and a few others to another planet. That was almost 20 years ago.
Oh, the sci-fi short film 0 Hour is hitting festival circuits and features the unique talents of a pint-sized Bay Area actress. We have 6-year-old Ella Durlier joins us along with co-star Anya Axton and director Carl Huber. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. So let's talk about this. We just saw a little bit of the trailer. Anya, we're going to start with you. How do you kind of describe what this short film is all about? Very intriguing.
0 Hours, it's kind of a suspense film. It has a lot of that psychological suspense involved with, I feel like it did a really good job of leaving the audience wondering what exactly was going on, you know, and I remember the first time I saw it, because every time you go to see a film for the first time, it's like, I don't know, but the first time I saw it, I had goosebumps, and I knew what was going on, and I was like, that's awesome. So definitely a psychological suspense type of film.
Well, and brag on your little co-star here, your little 6-year-old co-star. How did you like seeing yourself on the big screen? Is it still pretty surreal? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Did you enjoy making this? How many days did it take to actually film this?
It took 3 days altogether.
3 days?
Yeah.
All right. And then, so what did you think when you actually saw it all together? You were actually in a zombie movie or a short film prior to this as well, and I'm shocked that you can do these that doesn't scare you when you're in the middle of doing these things? No, not at all?
She's a pretty tough little cookie.
I would say so. How hard is it, and especially when you're taking actors and actresses of all different experiences in life, young ones like this, who again has won an awards for previous films as well. Talk about kind of putting this together and what it was like.
Probably the most difficult part was actually producing it, because the script and the storyboard shot list, all of that only took 10 days to write up. But once I pitched it to Anya, she loved the idea, and then we didn't do anything for 9 months because I wanted to wait until I had the crew assembled and just really all the locations and finding someone to play her daughter, which I thought was actually going to be a difficult challenge. But that was one of the first things I did, and I think we pretty much nailed that within a couple of days.
Yeah, this little gift walked in, I'm sure.
Yeah, she had a actors page on Facebook. So that's what I did. I just looked through all the child actors on there, and she came up, and she just had so many similar features to Anya.
You could be my spawn.
Yeah.
I think so. Well, and tell me a little bit about your background, Anya. I love that you are a Marine, and it's so interesting. We were talking about kind of roles that, after this and what you're looking forward to do. You say you audition for a lot of roles that have combat roles into them, and I think sometimes people just assume that actors, it's an easy job, you just memorize a couple of lines, right? But this is tough.
Well, I love what I do, and I like to use my life experiences to fuel what I do, but what I really love to do is create characters, and I love working with people like Carl. I've been actively pursuing this now for 6, 7, 8, a long time, and you just every step that you take forward is just such a great thing. So as far as future things, I joined the union this year, joined the Screen Actors Guild. I did my first TV show, filmed that this year. So I just want to keep making those steps forward and just never give up.
Yeah, well, and talk about too, kind of being in this area, and we've talked kind of recently, of course, with movies like The Infiltrator that was shot here. How, when you look at Tampa Bay as an area compared to the rest of the country, is this a good place to be for what you guys, the industry that you guys are in? I know there's probably challenges and blessings with it.
Yeah, there are challenges with it. Mainly just the lack of incentives in Florida right now, but there's plenty of locations here.
This is a nice place to be.
Yeah, there are. And what was it? We did a feature with me and Anya did a feature a couple years ago called The Broadcast, and that was in a 1930s setting. So we shot pretty much all of that down in Ybor because it still has some of that preserved 1920s, 1930s setting. So we really lucked out with that one.
Yeah.
And from an acting perspective, we're very fortunate to be within the 500-mile radius of Atlanta, so there's lots of, obviously,
Where a lot of the business is going on right
all
now.
of it.
Yeah.
And some great projects get filmed in Atlanta. I can't wait to start working more in Atlanta. And it's a wonderful thing that you don't actually have to necessarily move there until it's time, because I mean, I enjoy living in Tampa. It's a nice place. I love being in the Bay Area. Lots of things to do.
Well, and it's interesting as we close here too. You brought up social media, where you were able to find stars, you know, like
where
we're
he found
here.
me.
Yeah, and that's really probably changed the industry as well. And you know, I'm excited to see where it continues to go. You can meet people a lot easier now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can find on social media between Facebook, Twitter, which I abhor, Pinterest. You can find, and I was amazed when he got a hold of me. He's like, hey, I found your actors page on Facebook. I was like, it does happen. So.
Well, we're out of time. Where can people see Zero? I want to make sure that, because it's still playing at festivals, right?
It's still playing at festivals, yeah, and what is it? I plan on releasing it at one point on like online.
Okay.
You know, some kind of, you know, YouTube, Vimeo, or just any kind of mainstream
stay tuned.
site.
And I know you, speaking of social media, you have a Facebook page as well where you can kind of follow it as well. So.
Yes, it does have a Facebook page. 0 Hour 113, I think, is the thing.
Or you can get a hold of us through David and Goliath Firm as well.
All right. Well, thank you. Congratulations on all your success. It's going to be exciting to see where you go from here, honey. Big things. I know it. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.